So somebody made a comment on one of my videos, and so I actually decided to make an entire video just on this one subject. But before I start, I just want to say one of the cool things about TikTok is that it forces me to actually have to read and do some research, which is good because I'm learning something every day. And I appreciate you guys with your positive feedback and more positive comments, links to studies, etc. Even if I'm wrong, thank you. Now, in a recent response video I made, I talked about this study right here, which you guys can very easily find. The study was done by Anthony Fauci, and what he basically discovered was that most of the deaths that had occurred during the Spanish flu was from a secondary infection, bacterial pneumonia. Now, one of the arguments on here that people come across is they say that there's no mention of any mask wearing. Well, there isn't in this article, but I can prove that this kind of thing comes from wearing masks. Here's a recent article from a news station, talks about how bacteria is growing on the inside of your mask from your exhale. Here's another study I found where this is what I was talking about. That you can't find this study unless you go back in time. If you try to go on Google or even DuckDuckGo and look for some kind of trials like this, it will come up with everything COVID-19 related. It's hard to find any studies previous to COVID-19 now. And the obvious reasons is because they don't want people to put two and two together. But in this study, they talk about how the moisture in the mask acts as a growing or a breeding ground for this bacteria. And the penetration of particles was 97% and medical masks was 44%. So no, they're not blocking anything. Right here, moisture retention, reuse, or cloth masks of poor filtration may result in increased risk of infection. And then the last one, the final blow. However, as a precautionary measure, cloth masks should not be recommended for healthcare workers, particularly in high-risk situations. They say right here that masks aren't doing shit. And right here, they talk about what kind of bacteria is growing in your mask. And guess what kind of bacterial it is? Ding, 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 the same one that people died from in 1918. A strain of Staphylococcus aureus, which is staph infection. And here's another one that says that wearing masks can actually lead to death from this kind of bacterial infection. So, again, pause it, look up that study. And just more evidence of that. Staphylococcus aureus, Staphylococcus pneumoniae, which is bacterial pneumonia. Contagious bacterial pneumonia. So anytime anybody wants to argue the efficiency of masks, or they tell you that they work, or that they are not bad for your health, show them this video. And